This looks weird. Hey, what's up you guys? This is MCLegoboy here with 75316 Mandalorian Starfighter, 544 pieces of a final season of Clone Wars awesomeness. It's pretty cool. I'm trying to remember how much it was. Was it $60 or was it $70? I think it was 60. Could have been 50. I don't know.
Business. Numbers.
I showed you what the price was, but it comes with Gar Saxon, Bo-Katan Kryze, and a Mandalorian loyalist that looks suspiciously like the guy from The Mandalorian. So it could be that same character, could not. I don't know. Already, like, I have one complaint in that there's not another of Maul's forces because I'm really lacking in them. I only have the two that came in the one set. So, like, to have Gar Saxon, that's pretty cool. He plays a big role in the Son of Dathomir comic, and he has significant roles in both Clone Wars and Rebels, although he doesn't look like this in Rebels. But, you know, I just maybe could have preferred one more figure. This is also technically a rehash of a Mandalorian Starfighter from Clone Wars that came with Obi-Wan, Pre Vizsla, and a regular Death Watch Mandalorian. But, you know, I didn't get that set, and I don't even think my friend got that set, or if he did, he sold it, and I'm disappointed because, like, he gave me his whole collection of stuff, and I'm like, man, I'm hoping it's in here somewhere, but I guess it's not. So that's too bad. But at the same time, I may not have gotten this otherwise, even though it does come with Bo-Katan. So I am a little disappointed that they gave her this hairpiece. Like, normally I'm all for, like, reusing parts and just, like, changing colors on things. But this is one where I'm like, could have maybe given her a new hair mold with the headband in like, worked into the mold itself. But anyway, oh, gross. They want me to punch the holes in? Oh, well. So, here we go. Well, at least the instructions were in there nicely, and we've got 5 stickers. Actually 6, but at least this was in here nice and clean. We got 1, 2, 3, 4 bags. I will build it, and I will get back to you guys in just a second. Alright, I think it's been about 2 weeks. I don't remember. It's been a while because the day that I started building this, I got a notification that the Armorer's Forge shipped, and since I try and prioritize like sets, like newer sets over older sets, you know, this kept getting delayed. But I must say, it's pretty cool. So just kind of overall feelings about it, like a bit annoying that, like, it's plates on plates on plates, but, you know, whatever. Everything else about it, pretty rad. Yes, I am in fact getting it to stand like this. It's pretty cool. Just to show off. But anyway, let's get into minifigures. So, who should I start with? I'll start with this dude. So this guy is touted as being a Mandalorian loyalist. He's got no face underneath. So, you got front printing and a little bit of back printing. So initially I thought that this was Axe Woves from The Mandalorian. It's not, because I knew I had seen the helmet pattern before, And this helmet pattern is this triangular shape. And the reason why I'd seen it before is because it's from Season 5 of Clone Wars. This guy kind of belongs with Death Watch, and I know that Bo-Katan is from Death Watch, but we never see anybody look like this follow her as she leaves with the Night Owls. So this guy, the only times that we really see him, he's at the very beginning finding Maul and Savage in their like frozen escape pod, and then like he's seen like at the in the throne room when the shift of power takes place, and then we see him standing next to Prime Minister Almec, and there's actually a few of these guys that look like him. So and on top of that, like they actually have antennas, although they don't have the little rangefinder thing. They do have an antenna, so you know. But yeah, comparing this to the Mandalorians that we got before, totally different colors. I mean, not really, but yes, totally different colors. But yeah, whatever. So pretty cool. But I would say that this is kind of inaccurate. I don't know like who I would want to be more representative of Bo-Katan's forces. I mean, it's not impossible that she couldn't have coerced other people that had the same markings go with her. But, you know, it is what it is. It's still cool to get a Mandalorian that is a little bit different from all the other Death Watch dudes. So, and he comes with these two big, fat, chunky guns. So yeah. Next, let's talk about Bo-Katan. So Bo-Katan, you saw before, maybe, I don't know. I had an issue with the antenna. The hole for the rangefinder was not big enough. Like I had a piece of plastic, it like slipped down lower than it should have. Also, it's still kind of warped and weird, so the antenna doesn't exactly stick up like it should, although it's better than being like completely bent at an angle. Weird. But yeah, this is pretty great to finally get Bo-Katan in a set. And this is the helmet design from the final season of Clone Wars and also Rebels. You remove the helmet and we see her face, and man, I have mixed feelings, because while it's great that we have a face, they do have the headband printed onto the face so that like it can be seen there, but I was really hoping to see her scar that she has on her forehead. It's very subtle, but you know, and I don't feel like this hair is totally representative of it. Like this part is accurate, the bangs are not, so just kind of disappointing in that regard. But you know, something's better than nothing. I'm usually more forgiving, but you know, got some back printing, not much, because again, it's covered up by a jetpack. The armor itself, though, looks fantastic, so pretty great. And I like to keep her with her angry expression because she's pretty tough. And guns. Big pew pew guns, so cool. And finally, we have Gar Saxon. So Gar Saxon is a character that was introduced in Clone Wars, or was going to be introduced in Clone Wars, was later in the Son of Dathomir comic, and then finally got a screen debut in Rebels.
Everybody got that?
So here is what he looked like in not season 7, the final season of Clone Wars. I have a whole long diatribe about like calling Clone Wars seasons what they are, the way I do. So yeah, same helmet mold as the Guardian, or not the Guardian. The Armorer. And we do actually have a face that comes with the set, although unlike Bo-Katan, we don't have hair that comes with it. And for this, I'm saying that a pretty decent representation for hair for him would be the gray, kind of like rustled up hair, like that. He uses pearl dark gray arms and legs and torso and everything, so he's a pretty dark colored character compared to his fellow Mandalorians from old Clone Wars sets. So looks a little different, but obviously since he's a commander, of course, and like he's definitely like a big Maul fanboy. So of course, like I had to bring Maul in to kind of show some of the similarities. I have replaced his face with a head from '99. Because that's the best looking Darth Maul head there's ever been. So, yeah. He also comes with a big gun. I'm surprised they didn't give him like one of these longer type guns, only because I think he's more known to have a sniper, or at least a larger gun. But these guns are larger than most other guns. Like, compare it to this clone. Like, it's smaller, but it's like chunkier looking. So, yeah. So those are the minifigures. I think they're all really good. I do like that we get this guy. I think had we actually gotten a minifigure of one of the guys that we saw in the final season, I think that would be a little bit better. But whatever. And since it's not Axe Woves, that kind of destroys my theory that this worked as possibly a Clone Wars and Mandalorian set, but look at all these extra parts that we have down here. Got extra studs and the firing missile. This bag is full of 4 visors and 4 rangefinders. I didn't even open it because I already knew I had plenty opened before from other Clone Wars sets, and even some sets that come with these rangefinder pieces. There is one very notable extra piece, and that is a 2 long bar with a stopper in the middle. It's just a very neat looking piece, and it comes with holes on the side, but you can't go through the entire piece, and it is the same width as, say, a rangefinder. So very many possible things that can be done with 2 long bars. They now exist, although they do have that little stop. But anyway, let's get on to the set. So let's shove everything out of the way. And slide this forward. Yeah, let's also kind of get that out of the way. Not as much as I would like, but it's out of the way. So just for all of you wanting to know, this is what I've done. I've used a ton of trans black parts. That's only for the review. In terms of display, I'm probably going to use my normal translucent clear parts. So bit brighter looking, but most of these are covered up by this big wing anyway. But this kind of center of gravity of the set, and I do need one 1x2 plate in there in order to make it work. But yeah, like pretty stable, and since it's balanced like that, I mean the whole thing just can move around. So pretty cool. So in terms of this set and what it's based off of, it is based off of Clone Wars, but it's also based off of Rebels. And the reason why is because this design, this pattern that you see, was used in the Mandalore arc in the 4th season of Rebels. It doesn't necessarily translate as well to bricks as it does just from animation style to animation style. And the reason why I'm saying Rebels instead of Clone Wars is because these engines are yellow, and the engines are yellow in the other Mandalorian episodes too, except for the final season of Clone Wars, they're blue. I'm like, out of nowhere, why are they blue? But yeah, pattern is accurate for the most part. Even the underside is accurate. Ooh. So yeah, looking at this compared to the other Mandalorian fighter, way more accurate in shape and like gun placement and things like that. But a few missteps, mainly in the windscreen area. And I would also say even this back area, because there's supposed to be a gun both top and bottom. Not to mention that this whole section right here should be staying lined up with the rest of it. But, you know, there's only so much you can do in terms of getting the set to function like the actual ship. So, and there we go. You can do full 360 rotation. So that's pretty cool. And of course, the wings can point upward. Oh boy, that was exciting. So I'm just gonna keep those out of here. So unfortunately, there is no landing gear in this front section, so the set lays kind of flat. Or not flat. It doesn't lay flat. It's always at an angle. And you can kind of overextend these wings a little bit, but so that is disappointing that there isn't something there to act as landing gear. But I think the reason why is because not that there isn't room, but there's not a lot of room. So it does make you wonder if it was even possible. I think it is. I think it's possible to have had it on there. I mean, they had it on the first version, although they didn't have these little notches in the first version. This is why I wish I had the set, because I could at least make comparisons. But this pattern that you see on this, it's not seen in The Mandalorian. It's a totally different design. So I guess this works more as a Clone Wars and Rebels set than anything else. Although I didn't see anybody that, yeah, again, like the Mandalorian loyalist pattern. It's not a Mandalorian loyalist pattern, because it's not seen in either Clone Wars or Rebels after Bo-Katan has left, after Darth Maul has taken power. So for me, sticker-wise, I think these are all fine, except for the ones used on the side of the windscreen. Now, when you do look at the... this is going to get annoying. Okay, either that battery can't hold the charge anymore, or my camera's overheating. So, anyway, talking about windscreens, this whole front piece, it's not inaccurate in terms of these patterns that are used on this sticker, but it is disappointing the way that they've executed it, because this just looks terrible. Now, in terms of the accuracy, like, again, these things do go out like that. This is supposed to mirror a like a standard Mandalorian visor, but it's just the windscreen of the ship. But if these stickers were omitted, I think it would look better, because you've got this empty gap here. There's already a gap right there. Like, if those just weren't there, while it would be inaccurate, it wouldn't be the worst thing in my opinion, because when it's time to throw minifigures in, they can't really see out from the stickers, so... by the way, the way that these minifigures sit in, they're just sitting on tiles. Do have a printed part right there. But they're just sitting on tiles, and it's kind of more friction that holds them in place. The instructions say to put Bo-Katan in front of the ship, but I kind of like it more with her being a bit more like a commander in the back. Plus, I mean, we never see her fly one of these ships, so. But yeah, you know, like he just sits in there, and then, you know, you can do whatever you want with them. They're not going anywhere. But like, you see this, I mean, it's like this big empty space right there that really shouldn't be there. It's not an issue in the original version. So again, I think them trying to be more accurate with the pattern design, this crazy pattern design, kind of hurt the set designers. And it really, they should have just had something go up along this whole entire side if they didn't want things to be inaccurate, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying. All I'm saying is that this could look better if that sticker just wasn't there. Because, I mean, you look at that, I mean, it just, what is going on? I hope you guys understand what I'm saying, is that, like, that this part just doesn't look good. Because it's kind of this weird floating panel in the middle of nowhere. Also, I think they could have stood to add an extra tile right there. Of course, I don't have one on hand ready to go. So, to have anything over here that would work, this could work. Let's get an ingot piece from there. It should be gray, but you know, say that's there. Actually, an ingot would actually be better than a tile because it has that bevel to it. So I think the reason why they don't have a tile right there is so that this can open up all the way, except like it's not really being hindered. So I don't know what they did that for, I guess, so that it could open up further. But again, I think I was able to do that with this ingot. Yeah, so you're still able to access Bo-Katan just fine. So, I don't know. That's really the biggest issue with this set, is that they've screwed up the windscreen. Because everything else, I think, is really great. Stud shooters, they're in a location that makes sense. Spring-launched missiles on the underside of the wings, again, makes sense. Oh boy! They've fixed the inaccuracy with the guns. From the original, the guns are now inside here instead of on the ends right there. So, like, really, I think that this set is totally worth its $60. It's just this one section right here that needs modification. And it's probably really easy in terms of, like, how to fix it. I'm just not going to. I'm lazy. But yeah, I guess I should note that if you don't know how this is built on the inside, oh no. They are using a ball joint on the inside for this to spin around and still maintain its friction. Although, if you play around, like, spinning it too much, it will probably eventually lose its friction. I mean, it's a ball joint. Anybody that has any sort of Bionicle set knows that with enough play on the ball joints, they will weaken. Even some of the newer ones. Like, I'm pretty sure that even CCBS style guys will have issues. So, but yeah, that's really it for this set. I think it's pretty cool. I've already shared my thoughts, so I shouldn't be repeating myself. And I think with, like, your army of other people fighting the good fight and whatnot, you know, it would look pretty cool. So, anyway, this has been MCLegoboy with 75316. the Mandalorian Starfighter. See you guys.